Bangalore, India, population 8.5 million. The regional government offices may proclaim the virtue of authority, but the reality is that India is riddled with bribery and corruption. In front of the High Court, lawyers and clerks gather to do business with the public. Tax returns, property registrations, affidavits and so on.
करप्शन तो सर वो देने वाले और लेने वाले पर डिपेंड्स है। जैसे प्रक्रिया में तो कोई ज़्यादा खर्चा आता नहीं है। जैसे देने वाले समय की निश्चित ही रहती, किसी को पाबंदी रहती समय की, तो वो कोई लेन देन करता है वो उनका विषय है।
उसके बारे में क्या बताएं? हम ये लोग करप्ट करते हैं।
आपको
But sometimes without corruption, no solution. Because some authority on a chair is demanding. Then we are करना ही पड़ता है।
रिश्वत तो ऐसा मेरे से भी किसी ने लिया नहीं है बोलना, अगर दे वो तो पैसा दिया नहीं, रिश्वत ही है ना, उसमें क्या है? पैसा देना तो रिश्वत ही है। इसी देश में रहो अपन, और अपन अपना ही पैसा लोगों को बांटते रहो। कमाई 4,000 नहीं हो 10,000 बांटना पड़ता है हर महीने।
At the offices of Janaagraha, an Indian social charity, they felt that the levels of bribery were unacceptable. Swati Ramanathan is one of Janaagraha's co-founders.
It's part of our ordinary lives. If I go to pick up a birth certificate or a death certificate or get my property registered or get my driver's licenses, pay my taxes, every single interaction and interface with government requires some amount of money to exchange hands.
Janaagraha specialises in internet and new media. It believes in collaborating with both the government and citizens to tackle some of India's big social problems.
We have begun to really unleash the power of the internet and communication technology in reaching out through social media.
Janaagraha partnered up with the Omidyar Network, a philanthropic investment firm. And what they came up with is this, IPaidAbribe.com. This website allows members of the public to upload their stories of corruption. When, where, what for, and how much. The only rule is anonymity. So far, thousands of people have uploaded details of bribes they've paid. It's information that everyone can use.
Uncover the market price. At least find out that you're not getting swindled in the amount of bribe that you're paying, Find out, the laws of supply and demand type of a thing. What is the going rate for corruption? Is it 2,000, 10,000, 20,000? What is it? Don't get fleeced. If your neighbor has paid 10,000 to get his property registered, why are you paying 20,000?
I Paid a Bribe started in August 2010 and has around 22,500 stories, totaling more than $15 million. Aimed mostly at the Indian middle classes and professionals, it's in English. The website has had more than 1.5 million hits.
I think the police is a big one. The transport department on getting your driver's licenses, those are big. The big ticket ones are the land registration. People, when they go to register their properties, those are like substantial thing. Then there's customs, then there is excise duty, central taxes. Those are the big ones. Those are like really substantial ones.
The website has impressed government officials, economists and social activists. But some of the people we spoke to felt that petty bribery was not the problem.
हिंदुस्तान में इतना ज़्यादा नहीं है ही नहीं है।
रिश्वत नहीं है?
नहीं है, ज़्यादा नहीं है।
तो फिर अन्ना हज़ारे क्या कहता है?
दिल्ली साइड में ज़्यादा है, यहाँ पे कुछ भी नहीं मिलेगा आपको।
आप जो डाटा कलेक्ट कर रहे हो वो बहुत ग्रास रूट लेवल से कर रहे हैं, जबकि ये करप्शन तो शुरू तो ऊपर से हो रहा है और वही लोग उसको प्रोटेक्ट कर रहे हैं कि भैया तुम करो, अगर नहीं करोगे तो भैया लाइन में खड़े रहो। ऐसा है।
But for Swati, petty bribes are enormously important. Even if the amounts are relatively small, the knock-on effects are huge.
Addressing what we term retail corruption was to us in some sense far more important than looking at what we call the big corruption or the wholesale corruption. We felt that this impacted the value systems of an entire society to the point that if you start getting dulled, your sense of ethics aren't violated anymore, then it bleeds into your personal lives as well. So what government does over here actually impacts the social fabric of the entire nation.
Even the civil servants feel trapped by the system of bribes. Janaagraha worker Indira Viswanatha challenged an official who was demanding a bribe, only to be told that government employees are compelled to ask for kickbacks.
Reason that she has to take these bribes is because to get that position in that location, she has to pay a bribe to the higher officials, to give her that promotion and that location, I guess. And she says none of it really goes to her. It is to pay off the money that she had to pay to get there. And she said that once the system changes, the bribery will stop.
I Paid a Bribe is now going international, with websites for Kenya, Pakistan, Greece and Zimbabwe. But even Swati admits that achieving a corruption-free society is going to take a long time.
I know a lot of Indians feel frustrated by the state of affairs, the infrastructure that we have, by the corruption in our political system. I don't think now is the time to look back longingly and say maybe we do require, colonial masters or a dictator, or maybe we need to be a Singapore or a Chinese model. And I think now is the time to just go forward and reach the other side of the bank and make sure you strengthen your institutions and your accounting mechanisms, your transparency, your ability for your citizens to have their rightful voice.